So the numbers just came out on Bitcoin. And as you know, stores that allow you to buy and sell stuff online are few and far in between. There's not a whole lot, but there are some. And those stores that are out there that accept Bitcoin as payment, and I'm not talking about converting it to dollars then taking payment. I mean straight up selling stuff for X number of Bitcoin, or 1.7 Bitcoins for such and such, whatever you're buying. The numbers just came out, and the top 3 stores of all Bitcoin transactions over the holiday here recently, Thanksgiving holiday, they said there's 2 stores. I forget what type of stuff they sold because it didn't interest me as to what they sold. The 3rd store is what interests me the most, and the fact that it was 3rd place in all Bitcoin transactions period was very interesting. And that store sells precious metals. People are taking their Bitcoins and doing a absolute brilliant thing, which is what I told you I was going to do, which is what my friend Northblade on my website did do already. Sell your cryptocurrencies for Bitcoin, because you have to go, if you're not doing Bitcoin explicitly, you have to sell your Litecoin or Feathercoin or whatever coin to turn them into Bitcoins, and then take the Bitcoin and sell them for cash, or go to one of these stores, not cash, and just buy these precious metals or whatever you want for Bitcoins. And that's exactly what people are doing. And the 3rd place winner of all sales with Bitcoins over the holiday weekend was a precious metals store selling gold and silver for Bitcoins. So we have a little issue on our hand. Lots of people are starting to find out about Bitcoin, Litecoin, and that kind of thing. Stores are now selling items for those things. The problem is going to be when Bitcoin and Litecoin and such take a major hit, those stores are going to be sitting on Bitcoins that just became very inexpensive, and that's going to hurt. So what I am assuming that they do, if they're smart, is they have someone working at that store who's handling all Bitcoin transactions, and as soon as they come in, you've got new Bitcoins in your account for order number such and such that you need to fulfill, they are immediately going to the exchanges, probably Coinbase.com, because it's based out of San Francisco. It's in America, they probably feel safe, and selling the Bitcoins immediately, not hanging on to them, not hoping the price rises. They may do that, but as a business, you can't risk that. You have to just turn them over immediately and sell them. Because if you're selling something for a certain price, whether it's in dollars or Bitcoins, and the Bitcoins are priced in dollars, and they fluctuate wildly against the dollar, you cannot sit on them. Even if you think they're going to go up, it's not worth the risk as a business. So I'm pretty sure most places that accept Bitcoin as money, as payment, are immediately selling them. And that would be the smart thing to do for businesses, absolutely. So I just want to share that with you, that people are understanding the value of this thing that is technically valueless. It's a digital thing that was pulled out of the ether. It turned into cash somehow, and they're selling it for something real, physical, gold and silver, that you can't just mine on your computer. It's got to be mined out of the ground. It takes heavy equipment, excavators, etc. Could the Bitcoin bubble burst? Cryptocurrency bubbles burst sometime in the near future? Yes, absolutely they can. And I don't see why they won't, to tell you the truth. But if more people keep wanting them and keep liking them and keep finding some kind of use for them, and more people find out about them, and it just keeps going, that's also a possibility. That's what's so crazy about this, because however this ends, good or bad for Bitcoin and whatnot, everyone after the fact is going to look back and say, oh man, I wish I could have did that. Man, I wish I got in when it was this dollar. Man, I wish I didn't get in when it was $1,000. It just crashed down to 100. Oh my God. Whatever happens. This looks like to me a classic bubble. A classic bubble being created that is going to burst, and it's going to burst heavily. But I'd love to be wrong about that, and I could be. if more and more and more people keep getting onto Bitcoin. And as the economies across the world get worse and worse, and bail-ins occur where they're taking people's money out of their account to bail in a bank, people are going to say, I need to put that into something that they can't do that on. Number one, gold and silver can do that for you, which is good. But you got to have a safe. What if it gets stolen? Oh my gosh, right? You just get it on your computer, Bitcoin, Litecoin, whatever you use, and now you've converted your cash. Even if you take the cash and not even mine the Bitcoins and Litecoins, and just simply go on an exchange and buy them for cash, such as Coinbase.com or BTC-E.com, and you physically buy them and then send them to your wallet, which your wallet is going to be open on your computer and it's going to be fully synced, and then you send yourself on their website, which you just purchased, 2 Bitcoins or whatever, and then within a minute or two or several minutes, you will see 2 Bitcoins or whatever you transfer to your online wallet, or not your online wallet, but to your desktop wallet on your computer. So then, hey, I've got a store of wealth now. Whatever my country's doing, let them do it. Because they're going to say, well, these things are really priced in US dollars technically. I mean, that's what's happening here. Everyone's selling them for US dollars for the most part. So if your country, like Venezuela or some other whatever country, Argentina, says you can no longer use US dollars in our country, you have to use these dollars, our dollars, our Argentine dollars. They can say, no, go pound sand. I've got some Bitcoin that I'm going to sell on an exchange for US dollars and then convert those US dollars to my local dollar overseas and then put them into my account, wire transfer into my account. And I will be complying because what they transfer in here will be Argentine dollars. So that's the side of this that tells me, oh my God, cryptocurrencies very well could stick around for a while and go a lot higher. It's going to be so interesting to see how this turns out. Take care.